Morning children, welcome to sociology class. In this video we'll study about the scope of sociology. We see that the sociologists study individuals' action in different social relationships. As in sociology we study the relationships, interrelationships, interactions and the behavior of human beings. So in sociology we study different kind of social relationships like the relationship between husband and wife, teacher and student, doctor and patient, buyer and seller, gurus and the followers, and so on. Apart from this, the sociologists also study various processes like cooperation, competition, conflict, rural and urban divides, migration, and many institutions like marriage, education, law. So these institutions are studied, and some organizations like family, caste, class, association and state. So we see that the scope of study or subject matter of sociology refers to the specific boundaries in which this discipline or the subject is studied. So in this regard, we see that there are two main schools of thought that determines the scope of study. These two schools are formal school or formalistic school or specialistic school, and another school is the synthetic school. So what is formal school? According to this school, sociologists say that sociology is the study of special forms, not all forms but special forms of social relations. And the main supporters of this school are George Simmel, Kant, von Wiees and Max Weber plus Tonys, etc. They say that like economics, psychology, sociology is also a special and independent science. Independent science means it is not depending on any other subject. The proponents of this school refer sociology as the study of different forms of human relations. It is called formal school because it emphasizes on the study of its forms. Different forms of social relationships are studied. So in sociology, so we call it the formal school. So we have already seen who are the supporters of this school. So this school of thought has some viewpoints we are going to discuss. First viewpoint is that sociology is a pure and independent science. It has no relation with other subjects, means it is not depending on other subjects. So it has a limited scope according to this viewpoint. Then second viewpoint is it studies certain aspects of human relations only, not all but certain aspects of human relations only. Some forms of social relationships are studied in sociology such as competition, cooperation, subordination, division of labor, etc. Sociology is concerned with the ultimate forms of mental and psychic relationships which link man to man. So they emphasize on the individual relationships, not on the society. Then the next viewpoint is the scope of sociology is the study of generic or general forms of social relationships. So it emphasizes on the study of forms of social relationships. Then next viewpoint is, it is abstract study of the forms of social relationships. Abstract, not the concrete. Abstract means which can be felt, which can be seen, but which cannot be touched. Then fifth viewpoint is, sociology interprets social behavior, and it is according to Max Weber. He says that sociology only interprets human behavior. The aim of sociology is to interpret or understand human behavior. And here we can see the example of two cyclists who are coming from two different directions. They get into a collision. So this collision between two cyclists is a natural phenomenon. But the efforts they do to avoid each other in order to escape from the collision, right? So the efforts they do, or the language they use after collision, is a true social behavior. It means in sociology we study the behavior, not the events, right? So here we study, in this example of the two cyclists, we study the efforts which they do to avoid each other, and the behavior means the language which they use after collision. So according to Max Weber, their behavior, their language, their efforts is a true social behavior which is studied in sociology. Then the last viewpoint we can discuss here is, sociology should not be, they say, it is according to the supporters of formal school, that sociology should not be generalized. Means it is not applicable everywhere. So they have narrowed the scope of sociology. But this formal school has some criticism. Some of the critics say that this formal school focuses on individual only, not on society. Second is, it has narrowed the scope of society or sociology, right? So it has narrowed the scope of sociology. And the third criticism is that they say that in sociology only abstract forms are studied. So abstract forms which are separated from concrete relations cannot be studied. So these are the three main criticisms, though there are many, but we are studying only three criticisms of formal school. So this is all about the formal school. Now the second school of thought is synthetic school. According to this school, sociology is a general science, right? There we have seen in the formal school that sociology is the study of special forms. Special means some, only limited. But here they say that sociology is a general science which studies all the general conditions of social life. So this school, synthetic school, does not adopt specialism in regard to sociology. And who are the supporters of this school of thought? They are Durkheim, then Hobhouse, Sorokin, Ginsburg. They all are the supporters or the main thinkers of this school. So this school, means synthetic school, mainly stresses on the need of social science which studies general conditions of social life, besides other sciences like social science, political science, economics, psychology, we see that they have a narrow scope. Like political science studies only the political matters, economics only the production, consumption, distribution and money matters, psychology the mental situations. Okay, but here they say that sociology studies general conditions of social life, all the general conditions of social life. So according to this school, the first viewpoint is this: sociology is a general science, not a special science. And second viewpoint is that according to this school, sociology will not keep it aloof. Means sociology is not a separate science or independent science which has no touch with other social sciences or other subjects, right? So they say that sociology cannot keep it aloof but will mutually exchange with other special social sciences. They all are interdependent. For example, sociology is deeply related with history, with economics, with political science, with psychology, with anthropology, like this. So it is not aloof, right? Then in order to succeed in studying the general social phenomena, sociology has to depend on other social sciences also. So this school of thought means, according to this school, the study field of sociology can be classified on two grounds. So these are the two grounds. The first says that just in case of human body, different parts of social life interrelate and interdependent on each other. So as we can take here the human body, it has different organs. They have their own working field. The different organs are used for different actions, but they all are interrelated and interdependent on each other, right? And this means that if there is a change in one part of society, it affects the other parts also, right? So if there are changes in the pattern of marriage, there will be changes in the pattern of family. Okay, so if the change occur in one part of the society, it affects the other parts of the societies definitely. Therefore, all the relations found in society should be studied on general basis, not on a special basis. And the second ground is that different social sciences are related to one special part of social life. Again, I am repeating that different social sciences are related to one special part of social life. Okay, so to eliminate this drawback of society, all types of relations should be included in its field because they all are related to one special part of social life, so that the general knowledge of complete social life could be obtained. So these are the two grounds of synthetic school. Okay, but we can conclude by saying that sociology, both as a special and general science, means sociology is both a special science as well as a general science, because society is a changing sphere. Always changes occur in the society. In society, special and general, both type of relations have their own importance. So the truth is that no social science can neither be completely general or completely special. Therefore, sociology can be viewed in both the forms.